All right, so let's start our research. So let's assume we've not really looked at Fiverr. So, but we're going to look at Fiverr when we get to where we open a new account, and then we'll talk about more on that when we'll talk about promotional methods to promote. And then in your PDF, you should be able to see some other stuffs in there. Chapter by chapter, I place a different PDF in every chapter so that you can go through some links and some recommendations and all that. So how do you do research for an article? Let's assume, let's say somebody, let's go something like this. Let's assume this is our gig, and then I will write an SEO article. Let's assume this is your title. I'll write an SEO article of 400 to 500 words or $5, and then you get a buyer that says, okay, do something for me, uh, something like something like how to, because the buyer will give you, there are 2 to 3 things the buyer will give you: the title of the article, and then the major keyword or the main keyword of the article, and then maybe some other minor keywords. And then let's say something like how to lose weight and keep it off, something like that. And then the main keyword could be how to, the same, maybe the same, how to lose weight and keep it off is still a keyword. So it's a long tail. It's called a long tail keyword. So maybe the same thing, how to make, sorry, how to lose weight and keep it off. And then let's assume some other minor something keyword, something like lose weight, even though lose weight is already in the long tail, which is, you don't need to put something like this, but some buyers will tell you this is a major word they are targeting. This is something you should use as anchor test. The major keyword is known as, it's also called anchor test. We can put this as the major keyword, and then maybe this one as a minor keyword. Maybe something like some other, maybe diets, uh, control, or something like that along those lines. So you might put these two as a minor keyword, and then this as a major keyword with this as a title. So these are the title, these keywords, and then what else again? And then this is pretty much what it will give you, and then we say write something like that, and then maybe give you some tips, and then, but these are the major things that you need. So how do you do? See, let's assume now you how to lose weight and keep it off, and you don't know anything about weight loss. You don't know where to go. You don't know. So the thing to do is, you go. You can. There are there are ways to do research to come up with good content, and then we have about maybe probably more than 3 or 4 or 5. So the ones, let me show you the effective ones. You can use the search engines, especially Google. You can use Google to do your research, and it's just a matter of copying the title. You put it in Google and come up with many websites like on the front page, and then you go into the website, and then you find content that you will write, because we are writing a fresh copy. We have to, don't copy from somebody else's. Maybe don't even copy maybe some section from different websites and then try to put it together. You must rewrite your content, because you want this content to be as original as possible, because they must know, because there's a tool they use, a writer will uses to know if the content he bought was copied from maybe some other site or not. And that tool or website is called Copyscape. So it's just a matter of putting something on the website, and then we'll pull the URL here and then go. And then Copyscape will come out with many websites with the same content. So let's assume this is my blog, for example. I have so many content, and almost 100% of content that I have on this thing is 100% mine, 100% mine, because I take my time to write my content. And then let's assume let me choose, don't just be a seller, be a buyer too. Let me just put pick one page on the website, and then let's go to Copyscape. And then this is how the buyer will do research to find out if the content you're giving is original. So you copy this thing, and then we'll come to Copyscape, and then we'll put in the URL, and then say go. And then in less than, Copyscape will come out with uh, what we call plagiarism test or something like that. So that, and then you see, these are the two places you can see, which happens to be my blog, fiverrcircle.biz, and then this still my blog. So there may be some content, and then if you search, so if if you copy this content from maybe some other site, then it will come up with the other site, will list all the sites, and then the guy will know that you copied. So you have to rewrite the content, make the content original. And then the how do you do your research? Then we'll talk about that in the very next video. So this is just introduction to article writing. Article writing is one service that is very high in demand. So you come here, do your research. Looking at this 102, looking at 64 and some others in queue on all the accounts on the front page of this article writing, you should be able to know this is where the money is. So, but it's not easy. At least when you're first starting out, if you don't know how to write content, you don't know how to do your research, and this is your first time, you just take your time, go through the videos. But I would like to tell you that it's not going to be easy when you start. So it's not going to be easy at all. But with time, with practice, once you follow these videos, you'll be able to write content. I'll teach you how to write fresh content that will pass through, that will escape when it's pasted in Copyscape. It will it will show that the content is original, 100% original. So this is pretty much it. In the next video, we'll be talking about how do you do research. Now let's assume this is the title given to you by the buyer, and then this is the major keyword, and then these are the minor keywords which don't really matter. So how do you write a content like this? And then the your title, or maybe your gig says 400 words. So these are what you should look at: the title, the keywords, and then the number of words. So these are the things we'll be looking at. And then in the next video, I'll show you how to do research to come up with the content. Even though you don't know anything about something like this, you'll be able to come up with something good. So if the particular category, I mean, and the niche, the buyer, I mean, the article you're writing, the niche can be any niche. Okay, the article can be in any niche. You should be able to make research. It doesn't matter whether maybe be it gambling, or maybe even sex and romance, or maybe diet and nutrition, or maybe something you've never heard of, maybe a niche, some niches you've never even heard of. So it's just a matter of coming with a good uh, a research, and then we'll use some sites to do, and some other tools to come up with good content. So I would like to stop this video here, and in the next video we'll talk about research. So on to the next video.